Hey, how's it going guys? Captain Kuba here, and today I'm going to share with you a recently discovered secret found in the original God of War. Now, it could be the case that some God of War fans have found this secret many years ago, since the game is 15 years old, but at least for me, this is the first time I hear about it. In any case, it appears that David Jaffe, the director of the first game, wanted to leave a little Egyptian mythology Easter egg in his game. Right after Kratos defeats the Hydra, Athena gives him the mission to save her city Athens. And in the city's port, you will be able to find 3 walls engraved with Egyptian hieroglyphs. 2 of them are really difficult to see since they're covered with a piece of cloth. But if you stand on the bridge and look to the right, you will be able to see the hieroglyphs in all of their glory. Now, before I go any further, I have to inform you that I'm not the one who made this discovery. Someone by the Twitter handle of Big Fat Grizzly screenshotted a Facebook post left on a God of War fan page about Pedro Acosta's discovery. In his post, Pedro links the hieroglyphs to the region of Amarna in Egypt, a city known for the sanctuary to the great Aten. Aten is the sun god in Egyptian mythology, but what the hieroglyphs say is not really that important in my opinion. What's important here is that there has been intermingling between pantheons since the very beginning of the series. If my theory is correct, then it could give us an idea on how the other pantheons will be introduced in the series. With this new discovery, it's not too crazy to say that both Egyptian and Greek pantheons got along with each other. Another piece of evidence that seems to indicate such a relationship can be found in God of War Ascension. While making our way to the Oracle of Delphi, a note left by someone from Egypt can be picked up by the player. This note records the last moments of an Egyptian man seeking the counsel of the Oracle the same way any Greek citizen did, which means he wasn't afraid to enter the Greek pantheon. Something else you might find interesting is that a painting of Jesus' crucifixion can be seen in Athens. All of these connections to other pantheons and religions are thanks to one of the fathers of the God of War series, David Jaffe. In an interview with all the directors of the God of War series, he revealed the idea he had for the ending of God of War 3. According to his idea, he would have liked for Kratos to kill Zeus at the very beginning of the game. This would create a power vacuum in the Greek realm that would bring all the other pantheons running in order to get control of the Greek realm. In the story, Kratos would travel to all the other pantheons and fight different gods and demigods in order to destroy them. Ultimately, Kratos would realize that the only way to truly destroy a god is by convincing humans to stop believing in them. Kratos would succeed in doing so, and he would become Death. So it's safe to say that when we see references to other pantheons in the original games, they were most likely pointing to this ending he had planned. Now, there's a lot of things I don't agree with for his vision of God of War 3's story. But there is something cool about the idea of pantheons being allies or even enemies. From what I've learned, it seems Greece had Egypt as an ally, and the opposite would be the Persian Empire, who tried invading the Greek pantheon with a freaking basilisk. This makes me wonder if other pantheons have allies as well. Who exactly is the Norse pantheon allied with? And if Kratos and Atreus are successful in taking down the Aesir gods, retribution could come from them, giving players a brand new trilogy to kill gods from another pantheon. It's also possible an enemy pantheon of the Aesir gods might help Kratos and Atreus defeat them. We know Tyr was friends with almost every pantheon out there. Perhaps we will get some help from the Aztecs or even Egyptian pantheon. It's very obvious to me that Santa Monica Studios is teasing other pantheons for the future of the series. The most obvious clues include Sindri pulling out an Egyptian sickle from his bag and Atreus putting on the Pharaoh's helmet. We also know God of War 4 was originally going to be set in Egypt. Every piece of evidence seems to indicate Egyptian mythology is next. But the question of how Santa Monica Studios will make the jump remains to be seen. Many people think Kratos will simply go to Egypt, but why can the pantheon come to him instead? An interesting way to introduce them is if Egypt was allied with the Asgardian gods all this time, and killing Odin was not beneficial to Egypt in some way, giving them the justification to attack Kratos and Atreus. This of course is not a theory, it's just my idea on how the Egyptian pantheon should be introduced. But what do you guys think about pantheons having outside allies and enemies? Is there a specific pantheon you would like to see team up with the Aesir gods? Whatever your thoughts are, make sure to leave them in the comment section below. Before I go, I want to remind you that this Saturday, John Ford, The Focus and I will be doing a Halloween special on the top 5 most disturbing moments in the God of War series. So if you want to watch the Ultimate God of War channel's collab, make sure to subscribe to The Focus. As always, I would like to thank all of my members for their monthly support of the channel. People like Miles Paralysis, Batty7, and The Focus, to name a few, really go above and beyond to support my channel. I would also like to thank all of my subscribers for liking and sharing my videos. And with that said, thanks for watching, and remember, go forth in the name of Ragnarok.